I announced on this program Friday night that on December 15th, I'm going to be in a little town called Wilmington, Ohio. It's a very, very small town. It's the town that 60 Minutes has referred to as ground zero for unemployment. They consider it ground zero because when the overnight carrier DHL closed its operations there, 7,000 jobs were lost in Wilmington alone, and this is a town of 12,500 people. Imagine that. Despite all of that, you have never seen a town like this. Never. I consider it ground zero for hope. Frankly, I am not going there to help Wilmington out. I am going to bring you to Wilmington, and if you're in the area, I want you to come. If not, I just want you to watch on TV that night, because I believe Wilmington can rescue the rest of the nation. Their churches are all working together to help each other. They are doing such amazing things. Let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of a town provide 24-hour God cover? 24 hours, 7 days a week, the residents of Wilmington pray. They pray for each other in the town. They have prayer walls that allow people to come in and write down requests for prayers. It's all of the denominations, and it's all funded by individual donors. Watch this.
We like to say it's upward to God and outward to the community through prayer. It is a 24/7 prayer room. We are open for the community, but also to pray for our community. There's a hope that's starting to stir among the people that we're going to be okay. We're going to get through this.
I have to tell you, my staff went out to do some preparatory work over the weekend, and they all came back and they said, Glenn, you're never going to want to leave this town. You'll never want to leave this town. It's amazing. There's a lot to learn from these people and how they are dealing with it, and we must learn it. And there's a lot to learn from the Sugar Tree Ministry. This is a ministry here where they are feeding people every day. They don't know how the pantries are going to get filled for the next day. Every day they lay their hands on these shelves and say, Lord, help fill them. They haven't asked for a dime, nor will they take a dime from the government. So what am I asking? I am asking you to not only help these people put food on the shelves of their pantries, but more importantly, I am asking you to come and join me in Wilmington on December 15th, if you're anywhere near there, because I want you to feel this town. I want you to know that this isn't some pie-in-the-sky dream that we can all live together and we can all help each other and everything. This is happening. It's real. It's a wonderful life, except it's not a movie. It's real. I want you to come or witness on television an amazing, unforgettable Christmas experience. This will be for your whole family. I'm going to be doing a show at the local theater. The proceeds are going to go to the soup kitchen and to the theater. It's the historic Murphy Theater. But it's much more than that. It is going to be the last scene of It's a Wonderful Life, I think. You're going to be able to get things of real value. Where's the candy? Did somebody take the candy? Here it is. You'll be able to get stuff. Look, you can get people all kinds of presents. But I mean, who makes candy like this? I love this. The ingredients. Ingredients, sugar, butter, cashews. Ingredients, chocolate, sugar, butter, cashews. I mean, really, you're going to feel all warm and fuzzy inside. You're going to feel something that you don't feel very often. It is the real-life Bedford Falls. And I hear Santa is coming, and not just the mall Santa. No, not the helper Santa, the real Santa. Do your Christmas shopping and do your caroling on December 15th with me in Wilmington, Ohio. Restore yourself. You know what? You always get more than you give. We're going, I'm being real honest, Wilmington. We're going because we need you, not the other way around. I want you to know that I'm picking Wilmington, Ohio this time. I'm working on some things that will boggle your mind next year. But I want you to know this is not the only town that is hurting. Your town probably is too. Soup kitchens all across the country are in desperate need. More Americans than ever are falling into what they're calling food insecure categories. It means that during the year there are times when households are unable to get enough food for their family because they don't have the money or other resources, and it's going to get worse next year. Last year, 14.7% of households were food insecure at least at one point during the year. That's 50 million people, including 17 million children. And as we approach Thanksgiving, the economy may be out of the ditch, according to the Obama administration, but food pantries and other nonprofit food distribution agencies are not. They are struggling to meet record-breaking demand as the holidays approach. The need is great. But so America is great because we are good. Could we, it's great to give money to Haiti and Africa and everything else, but can we spend a little time caring for America right now? I don't know if you've heard the cars in the ditch. Maybe this Thanksgiving, we can do just a little less at Thanksgiving and give a little more to our soup kitchen in our own area. Give more and receive so much more in return. Back in a minute. I have to warn you, I have some very dicey news for you. Today at noon, there was a public reading of the Bible in both Philadelphia and Baltimore. Look away, kids. It's shocking. Philadelphia and Baltimore celebrate National Bible Week, and people reading the Bible in public and at City Hall in Baltimore. Oh, the humanity. What about the separation of church and state? Yeah, surprisingly to some, there is no mention in the Constitution or any public document here about the reading of Bible in public or on government premises or anything like that. In fact, let me recite the so-called Establishment Clause portion of the First Amendment in its entirety, if I may. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. It's crazy. That's it. Yeah, the end. Reading the Bible doesn't seem to make a law establishing a religion, nor does it prohibit the free exercise thereof. Now, does it? Sucks to be a progressive. National Bible Week. It has been celebrated the week of Thanksgiving every year since 1941. What was happening in 1941? Oh, yeah, that's right. I bet we needed it then. The reason to raise awareness of the Bible's importance and its relevance to its nation and to the individuals in that nation. Has there been a time since 1941 that we have needed it in America, the aid, the comfort, and guidance of God's Word more than now? Maybe, I've asked you to do the 40-day and 40-night challenge, the blueprint for national survival, to find out, does God exist? Do I know Him? Who am I to Him? Pray on your knees. I ask you to do these things. Maybe in addition to the food fast that at least I'm going to be celebrating on Thursday, we could take time to celebrate the real meaning of the season and find out if we know Him, what it means, if anything, how He can help. I want to point you in the direction of this book by Stephen K. Scott, The Greatest Words Ever Spoken. I don't know why this hadn't been done a long, long time ago, but this is the New Testament. Everything Jesus says about you, life, and everything else, this is in encyclopedic form. So in other words, you look up fear of God, you look at obedience, you look at taxes, temptation, false doctrine, sinners, sin, conflict, and lawsuits. You look it up, and then it's only His words. That's it. It is the greatest resource when you are thinking, well, wait a minute, what am I supposed to do here on forgiveness? It is great. Question with boldness, even the very existence of God, for if there be a God, He must surely rather honest questioning over blindfolded fear. Paraphrasing Thomas Jefferson. Words that changed my life. We are a country that is supposed to be giving thanks this week to God for His blessings. But do we know Him? When's the last time we checked in with Him? When was the last time we even thought, gee, if we had 24-hour prayer in our town, I wonder if that would change things? Imagine. Find out for yourself. And I just wanted to quickly let you know. National Bible Week. Maybe we should encourage somebody to read it from time to time. I hear it's a good book. Back in a minute. All the controversy over the advanced imaging machines and TSA enhanced pat-downs seems to be forgetting one thing. Oh, I don't know. I like to call it the Constitution. Listen to what Mo McGowan, former director of security operations for TSA, said on Fox News just last week. Listen to this.
I mean, nobody likes having their Fourth Amendment violated going through a security line, but the truth of the matter is, we're going to have to do it.
What? How? Why are there so many people eager to give up rights for security? Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano is here. Judge, I want to talk to you because people are going on vacation, and I mean, I've seen some of this. A lot of people are just like, oh, whatever. First of all, they're not getting the truth on these scanners. These scanners, it's porn.
It is porn.
It's porn. And I mean, I'm not letting my wife or daughter. You think my picture or my wife or daughter's pictures are going to be deleted from that?
I would think that a federal marshal would sell your picture to the highest bidder because of who you are and the disruption you've caused to their authoritarian ways.
Yes. So I'm not going to do it. And I mean, my body is sacred. My children's body, I'm not going to have a 40-year-old guy grabbing my son.
Do you know what you just said is not just Glenn Beck? What you just said is what the Supreme Court of the United States has said about our bodies. We own our own bodies.
Isn't that the whole thing with abortion?
Correct.
That a woman owns her own body. She has right to do with her own body. But I mean, are they arresting people, Judge, for not doing this?
They are arresting people. We had a guy on today. These things are happening in San Diego. This guy, Sam Alanik, who when they said, we're going to pat you down, and he said, what are you going to do? He said, I'm going to go inside and do this and that. Took his shirt and pants off and said, go ahead and do it. They were afraid to touch him because here was a grown man in his shorts. He had gym shorts on, so it wasn't offensive to see him that way. They arrested him for refusal to put the clothes back on and pulled him through the airport wearing the gym shorts. They want to suppress people. Ron Paul said, enough is enough.
You know what really hacks me off is Boehner. Boehner is being allowed to go through. Here's the GOP, ahead of the GOP. He's allowed, because they say that the Speaker of the House isn't a threat to the Constitution or to the country. Did they meet the last Speaker of the House?
Apparently not. But they want John Boehner, who's a good and decent man, on their side when they suppress our human liberty.
These people should never, ever be allowed to do anything that the regular American people can do. Ever.
You're right. Look, if my neighbor swings his fist at me, I can swing back. But if my neighbor wants to come on my property, do I have the right to fondle the neighbor? Of course not. I can't give that right to the government. What I can't do, the government can't do. And they make up these rules. The Congress didn't write this law. Bureaucrats did. And then they make exceptions on the spot.
Can we go back to that for a second? Because this is something, and if you have the 5,000-year leap, this concept is so important, and it's in the 5,000-year leap. Buy that book. For everybody you know, buy that book. The government cannot do what you don't have a right to do. You are lending them your rights.
George III told the colonists his government came from God. We fought a revolution to get rid of that idea. And we wrote the Declaration of Independence, which states the truism. The government's power comes from the consent of the governed. We can't consent to give the government what we don't have to give.
So I'm concerned, Judge, and I'm looking into because they're saying that there's going to be a slowdown and everything else, and I don't know if anything happens. I think there's something wrong with this whole story. There's something else going on this story. What should the average person do? Should you just go through? Should you, I mean, is there anything else you can do?
Well, you don't have to be irradiated, and you don't have to be groped, and they can't touch you against your will, and they can't touch your children no matter what they tell you, and they can't arrest you for your refusal to be touched.
Okay, back in just a second. But they say... Tonight, going to be on O'Reilly, and then tomorrow, a very special show on the 5 stages of grief. Where are we as a country on this scale? Are we in denial or acceptance? Are we still negotiating? Unlikely information you're not going to find anyplace else. Tomorrow, right here. DVR the show. You don't want to miss it. From New York, good night, America.